We came to Bonneville chasing the 260-mile-an-hour record with CatZilla. Last year we melted pistons. This year we've got 2 new air boxes. But did we get the record? Or did we get beat down again by Bonneville? Heading to the Salt Flats. Got the camper loaded, got my wheeler loaded, ready to go out and see if we can break this record. Off we go. Once I got to the Salt, I grabbed another short showing the camping area, aka Party Central. I didn't capture the craziness quite as well as I'd hoped, but hey, it gives you the idea. First day of racing, I'm pumped. We've already got the G Fuel record back in 2021, so this one feels within reach. Plus, with these new air boxes, at least we shouldn't be melting pistons this like the last year. I'm out on top of my camper, showing you the few campers that are out on this hillside where I chose to start my campsite and make home for 7 days. And the Salt Flat track is way over there.
Speed was 190.327. At the 2 1/4 was a 211.071. At mile number 3 was 218.699. Mile 4 up to 230.612. And up to 240.316 was the mile 5 time and the fastest run.
Day 1, not so lucky. About the 4.5 mile mark, the rear belt let go. At first, Ope thought it was another piston failure. Nope, just a shredded belt. But it took a whole day to clean and get all the belt carnage cleaned out. The front belt was fine though, so there's that. Day 2. Deja vu. Another rear belt gone.
I got an armrest too. Fucking gave him a couch. Hey, don't say anything. Now he has no reason not to do anything.
The difference this time was that Ope recognized the sound right away, so he shut it down sooner and there was lots less to clean up. Still, 2 days, 2 belts. Not how we wanted to start. For day 3, a gear change is in order as well, to try and stop the belt from breaking.
I might just do it again. Give me time. Alright. Yeah, we're getting there.
See that car wiggle? Take hold of it.
Don't worry, it's already in my fucking way.
Oh, cool morning, engines crackling to life. Starter gives the go-ahead. Just about the time the engines start sounding really good. Oh no. They are not. Back at the pits turned out to be a $2 toggle switch. We replaced that and the relay and sent it back out, and it actually made a full pass. It ran 237 miles an hour, slower than we needed, but hey, the belt's still on.
Woohoo! We finally did it! We made a clean run. Left and it sounded so good. It just sounded good. But at the end, the time was pretty similar, maybe a little bit faster, but not much. It just looked like the other two ET slips. It looked like it blown another belt. Back at the pits, pull it apart, get the covers off. Both belts are still on. They're still there. Problem one fixed.
Later that day, they found binding in the drivetrain. Parts had to come from Salt Lake City, which meant losing a whole day of racing. Day 4 was a wash, literally just waiting on parts.
This is Oak. He's the man behind the wheel. He's the one that steers CatZilla down the track. He's also the one that helped us get these air boxes figured out. And so he can appreciate all the work that was taken to make them work.
Now 15 tickets to it in one day.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen some
smiles. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's having fun. I mean, well, you get $100 if you win the bracket.
Right.
You know,
And
you just get the kitty.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, isn't it? That's why we talk about hypoxia when this is Bonneville Salt Flats. It's because it's the same way. There's no money here. You take that record, you don't walk home with a barrel full of money. No, you got something that says I'm the fastest in this class.
So, you know, it's funny. Everybody keeps calling me and says, well, what do you think it's doing? Well, if I knew that, I'd already be fixed.
If I'd known that, I'd already done it. We'd already made the record.
Yep. And that's half of it. We're trying to set a 2-liter naturally aspirated record with density altitudes above 9,000 feet in a course that's like driving on sand in a car that's 30 feet long. You never lived until you drifted a 30-foot long car. That is a strange feeling.
Yeah.
You go out and give it a spritz of BHT and hit it with
Right. Would you wish you could?
Oh, in this track today, you bet your boots.
Would you VHT miles 3 through 5,
Yeah, no
Coilies?
kidding.
They're really starting to get slippery. Yeah, that'd be nice.
But that's a lot of the romance of it as well. Like I said, you can't take the land out of land speed racing. You've got what you've got. We're running on God's course. We got to run what He gives us to run on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
And learning how to manage that power enough to get you there without blowing the tires off.
And that's the other kind of scary thing about our setup is with the CBTs. At a low speed, I'll pedal it. But at 250, 230, if it starts to get wiggly, the only option you have is keep your foot into it and pray, or hit the parachute and get out of it. If you pedal it and that primary closes and that secondary is still wound up, you've got a very good possibility of yanking the crankshaft out of the bottom of the engine.
Which we've been very lucky with the first 2 belts being chucked.
Yes.
The crank stayed in.
The first one, I didn't even know it was a belt. It sounded like a pipe fire. The second time it happened, it was same place, same sound. I knew exactly what to do. I looked at the tacks right quick, saw the tack that was up highest, mag switched that motor off, and hoped for the best.
Yeah. And the first time it popped, it shredded the belt into every orifice that was turning.
Yes.
I mean, it took forever to get it clean. And the second time, it was not so bad.
Yeah. So I mag switched that motor right off.
I told him, I said, just give me the boxes and let me put them on my bench and we'll figure this shit out.
Yep.
And there were some fast, easy, simple words that did not apply to the end result.
Very strange.
But we did it. I mean, I'm damn proud of what we did.
If you're running a nitro Hemi or a turbocharged whatever or any of that, I can call 20 people right now and get data. Going as fast as we are with a 2-stroke,
Yeah,
it's naturally aspirated. We're literally riding the book.
It really is. That's a good way to put it. There's no one to ask about.
We've had the smartest 2-stroke people in the country and probably in the world
that's not
collaborating with wide open throttle.
I was thinking about that because I'm back down to the end and I can hear you fire up, but I can't see you. And then I watched you come down through, and it's like I had my camera, you know, my phone, and I'm like trying to find you, and oh, there you are. It was hard to chase you, but
how I know I've had a really, really good run is how long it takes the boys to get to me at the end. But this morning on the first run, I looked down on the odometer on the GPS and it said 800.9 miles. I've driven that car 800 miles. And 2/3 of those have been over 200 miles an hour. The WTFs are circulating through your head like crazy. I mean, you go to from SMH to WTF so many times in a day that it's just like, explain this.
yeah.
Day 5, excitement is back. Car rolls smooth, easy to push, feels good. Off the line, it sounds strong, disappears into the horizon, and we thought maybe this might be it. But no, 243 miles an hour. Better, but still short of the 260 we need. Day 6. We put the original gear ratio back in, the same ones that broke belts the first 2 days. Big question was, would they break again? Or was it the binding problem we found in the drivetrain?
Against his 139 yesterday, so that'll give him a record at over 140 miles an hour. Congratulations. Already done. Oh, Gary, Jason Marsh. There we go. Meeting at 260 to qualify. Jason had mile 2 was a 190.400. Mile number 2 1/4 was a 211.897. Mile number 3, 220.068. Mile number 4, 235.201. So did the gear change cause the belt to break again? Nope. Both belts still on. And the speed? It ran 245. That's an improvement, but not near the improvement we need for the record. Day 7. Final day, and only half a day of racing left. Most of the pits were already packed up. The teams threw out a crazy idea. They talked about it for years. One of the guys pulled out 3 exhaust tips out of his truck. We stuck them on the front engine. The theory was that with the air running across the exhaust tips at 200 plus miles an hour, that it may be affecting the tune of the 2-stroke exhaust pipe. And so this was our test to find out if it did. After the run, the plug showed it was burning a little bit leaner, so it did something. But speed? Nah, still ran 245. That was the end of Speed Week. A couple weeks later, back at Tom's shop,
We pulled the air boxes off. Remember how much time we spent on these things? Well, they actually worked. All 6 carburetors jetted the same. That's never happened before. But when we tested them, turns out both had leaks. The back one was terrible. Even dunked it in a tub of water and filmed the bubbles pouring out. Thing looked like a jacuzzi. That explains a lot. Welded her up, pressure tested, and ready for the next race. Back on the salt, first run. CatZilla won't start. Neither engine. Back in the pits, we found out the ignition switch lost connection. Fixed that, sent it down the track, ran a 240 mile an hour run. Day 2, car shuts off just off the starting line. Bring it back, can't find anything wrong until we realize that there's only a quarter tank of fuel and maybe the gauge is inaccurate. So off to the fuel truck we go to fill it up and have it resealed. It runs at 238 mile per hour. Next day, 236 mile per hour. It keeps dropping because the top end of the track is rough and wet and grooved. For this race, they only had one track for everyone to run down, and it's getting really bad quick. Day 3, we tried a Hail Mary and really put some tall gears in it. Shut it off at 193 miles an hour in the second mile because it just wasn't pulling. Licked our wounds and headed home. And ended up going home a day early. We've got one more race this year, weather permitting. There's a 50-50 shot it's going to get rained out, but if it doesn't, we've got updates, changes, plans that might finally get us where we need to be. So stick around and cross your fingers for cool, dry weather.
We haven't made the record
yet.
We're not even close to it. They go home for a month, come back when the air is much better. We come up with a new concept. In theory, I think it's a great one, and it's really thinking outside the box. We'll know after the first run. And so it's that simple. So it's work exactly on CatZilla. I think that's what needs to happen.
We threw every other change in the book at it and hasn't done anything.
And
I'm convinced once we find whatever is holding us back, it's not going to be a little step
no, it's
forward.
going to be a rock.
Huge.
Well, this was excellent. And what blows my mind is I figured we'd spend 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't think it was that long.